and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Zoe. I am a dancer, dance teacher and choreographer. Don't forget to subscribe and put a thumbs up if you are excited to see my different hairstyles. So as you can see, I have just washed my hair. There is a mirror here, by the way, if I'm not looking at you the whole time. I've just washed my hair. It's already starting to go fluffy. I'm about to dry it, so you are going to see the 100% natural, fluffy lion mane of hair that I have when I dry it. If I wash it and sleep on it, it goes a bit more tame. But yes, you'll get the pleasure of seeing that in a second. I have just popped some makeup on because while you're doing your hair, if your face is also a mess, then no, we don't want two things a mess, hair and face. So done my face, and then I'm going to do three of my top three favourite hairstyles for gigs. All of these hairstyles are practical ones, for me anyway, because I have lots of hair. I'm very lucky that this is my natural hair. It would go in my face like this if I just left it down or didn't do anything with it. So these are my top three practical dancing hairstyles. I'm using straighteners and curlers and hair drying, so RIP my hair, but usually yeah, I just do one at a time. And as you can see, my hair is kind of naturally curly. It's gone more curly as I've got older. Look at this beautiful curl just from washing it. But we're going to straighten them all out to begin with so that we've got a nice base to start with. Obviously, these are for longer hair, and also I definitely think I'm better at makeup than I am with hair. I feel like I could do so much more with my hair, but I just don't really know what. But yes, I'm going to show you what I normally do for my top three hairstyles. Let's get drying. My hair literally gets bigger by the second. Like I said, I'm not very good with hair. I don't blow dry it, as in with a brush like they do in the hairdressers. I literally just blast it with the hairdryer. See, it's getting big already. It's Hermione Granger vibes. And then this is where it really goes crazy. Hello! Okay, it's got more Hagrid, not Hermione now. It's literally just so thick, which I'm so grateful for. And also, does this happen to anyone else? All this hair just comes out everywhere, all the time. Sorry to everyone that I live with. So, hairstyle number one. Now, I know I said I was going to straighten the whole of my hair to have like a base. I'm not going to do that because of the first hairstyle is half in plaits anyway. Now, my parting is normally on this, which is my left-hand side. Around here, it changes all the time. But I'm going to do a middle parting for the first two plaits. What I'm just going to do is run the straighteners through these bits at the top so that my plaits aren't too fluffy. And obviously, if I was doing this on a gig, I would straighten my hair beforehand, but because I don't want to ruin it too much with all the heat, and also just to save time, I'm just going to do the top bit now, and then the bottom bits after I've done the plait. So that was, I mean, you saw me turn them on, and then it's beeping already. So these are GHDs. The best ever straighteners in my mind. They are the fat ones, so they're wider than normal. Now, I used to have a pair of these, really odd ones, and I stood on them or sat on them or something, and they literally snapped in half. My dad tried to fix them, but I then bought a pair of normal ones, so the normal width ones, and just because my hair is so thick, as you can probably see, they just didn't work. They just didn't work on my hair. It was like I was just brushing nothing. So I invested and bought another pair of these thick ones, and I make sure I do not leave them on the floor. So I'm just going to do these front bits first. Now, if I had, I mean, I'd love to have a dressing table with my stuff there all the time. When we get a house, that's what I will hopefully have. But if I had that, then I would just straighten these front bits every day, even if I didn't have time to do anything with my hair. I wouldn't have it fluffy like this. I'd sleep on it and wake up because it's more tame. Then I'd just straighten these front bits because it just helps to like frame your face more and just make these front bits like not as fluffy. definitely for my hair anyway, because it does go really fluffy. Now, I don't even think this is doing much because it's newly washed. But anyway, that will do just those front bits. Turn them off for a second. Safety first. Now, this is so much easier when you have long nails because it's so easy to do plaits. But yeah, saving for a house, so still no nails. So I'm just going to use a comb. I go straight from here all the way back and split. Look at that. That's not even close to straight. It's because it's so fluffy. Right, do you know, that will do for now. And then split all the way down. Nope, do you know, that won't do for now. I want it to look good. That's better. Straight down the back, which I cannot see, but we're just going to go with that. Wow. Wow. Right. I'm going to tie up one half. I'm going to start with the right hand side. That's easier for me. Now I'm going to do upside down plaits. French plaits. I actually think they're called Dutch plaits. So what you do, instead of bringing the hair over, you take the hair underneath. So I'll try and show you as best I can with this side. Now I've got quite good at this. I can do it without looking in a mirror, she says, and then it all goes wrong. It used to take me like 4 times to even start the plait. And I'm just going to get one of these out. So these are from Primark. They were £1 for all of these. Now I've used so many already. Black, clear and white. I'm going to use a black one because my hair is quite dark right now. So they're just tiny little stretchy bobbles just to keep the end secure. So I'm going to have that ready. Right, here we go. So just taking the hair and passing it underneath. So here's my third strand, passing it underneath. And then you keep going and the hair like sticks out on top. If you see what I mean, you'll see in a second. Now I want to try and pull it as close to my hairline as possible so it's not coming down past my ear. That's what I used to do when I was doing them myself. And these are so hard to do yourself, so it takes some practice. Looking quite good. My top tip when you get about here to stop it like pulling away from your head where your hair is coming out here is to look the other way lots so that your arms can bend round so that you can keep plaiting it really close to your head. So I'm going to try and do that, but I am not going all the way down, so I'm just going to stop at the bottom here. Right, I'm going to actually stop here. I'm just going to secure the bubble right here, right near my ear, but close to my head so that it's not pulling the hair away. There we go. So I'm going to straighten this bit in a minute, even though I do quite like it a bit bushy. It's more of a rocky look. But I'm going to straighten it in a second. Let's just get out another bubble and I'll quickly do the other side, which is the harder side for me. I think that's partly because my parting goes that way, so this hair always like sticks up here. But anyway, let's just do this one quickly. There we go. Now I like to pull my plaits as tight as I can. I do love the French plaits or the Dutch plaits that you pull out slightly, but one, for dance, I don't think they'd stay as well, and two, yeah, I'm not good at hair, so it never works properly. But I'm sure if you're used to, if you're a dancer, you'll be used to having your hair pulled from when you were younger at comps and your hair was getting ragged here, there and everywhere. But there is my 2 plaits. Pull them really tight so they just feel secure. You'll notice that all these hairstyles are like a bit more scraped back, and this is such a classic like dance school, let's just put your hair in 2 plaits style, but a bit like newer because, sorry, hair's got stuck in my earring, a bit newer because you just got these bits free. So I'm just going to turn it on. it just gives a bit more like movement when you're dancing without it going all the way in your face. So as I said, normally I would straighten it before, but just to be quicker, I'm just gonna brush through it now because I'm gonna curl it in a second. And there we have it. This is my number 3 on my top 3 hairstyles. So 2 Dutch or upside down, inside out plaits, whatever they're called, just 2 just behind the ears, and then straight or curly or like a bit bushier for a more like rocky look, but straight just keeps it sleek and neat and out of the way. And you can have them behind you so they really don't get in the way, but it still looks like you've got long hair. But if you're dancing, literally they're not going to go in your face at all. So this is a super practical one, and just a really cute little hairstyle. Hairstyle number 1, but number 3 because it's top 3 and this is number 3. Bronze, my bronze hairstyle. Hairstyle number 2, I have just undone my plaits that I just did, so we've gone back to a bit of bush. Right, so next hairstyle is one that I do not normally do on myself, so this could be very interesting, but it is a variation of half up, half down. Half up, half down is, I think, the best hairstyle. Maybe a spoiler for my top hairstyle, but it like, you can flick your hair, you can use your hair, but it's not going to go in your face. It's like still having some up. So it is one plait down the middle. Love the plait theme, but they're just easy to do. So I'd normally get someone else on the gig or my mum before I left to do this. So I'm going to do it quite big so that I can definitely do it. Now this one is so much easier with nails again. So I'm just going to split off, try and make it even, both sides of where the plait will be, down the middle. So you want like a channel of hair, if you see what I mean. Now what I'm going to do first is just chuck this in a springy bobble. These are just from Primark again. They're supposed to not give you kinks. They give you kinks if you have like slightly wet hair, so this might make this extra curly because it's not completely dry yet, but we'll see. I mean, this is a cute hairstyle I sometimes do as well. Little poo bun on top of your head. Right, so I'm going to straighten this one. Definitely looks better with straight hair. So I'm going to straighten, oh, where have they gone? Straighten the sides first of all. Now normally I would do this but with a bigger section, so I'd probably go there first of all and then another one and then the very top if I'm straightening the whole of my hair. So this isn't going to be completely straight, but like I said, I'm curling it in a second, so I don't mind. I'm just going to brush them through, but I think you can see how good these straighteners are, especially on thick hair. Even when I'm just like brushing them through like this, they're not making it completely like sleek and straight, but they're definitely condensing it more. And yeah, they're so good. Definitely recommend these thick ones. There we go, that will do for today. It's not completely straight, but that will do. So straight either side. Now I need to tie this out of the way. It's definitely going to get a kink because it's still slightly wet. Don't know whether you saw the straightener steaming. And also now I've just straightened it, so it's yeah, not like set. So I'm going to chuck another bobble. Actually, I've got a springy one. Chuck another springy bobble in, again from Primark, just so that this hair doesn't get caught up with this hair when I'm doing this plait. This is going to go so wrong. So I'm going to make this lovely hairstyle right now. Tying this one back. Like this, ready for the top bit to come out, and then I can plait this. Right, again I'm going to use one of these little bobbles, but I'm going to reuse one of the ones I just took out. So have the bobble ready. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is literally a daily struggle. So I'm going to do a normal French plait here. So I'm just going to do it over the other piece of hair. Now this is so hard on your own head, you have to have like extra extended arms, but I'm gonna try and see what happens. So I'm gonna go, I have to get my brain in gear, over the top of that one, and then over the top. Oh my gosh, it's already so hard. All these bits of hair falling down. Oh, I need to like look up, but I want to see what I'm doing at the same time. Over the top. This is gonna probably be an absolute mess. But, oh well, over the top. It's working. It's not gonna be neat. It's not gonna be the best plait you've ever seen, but over the top. To say it to myself every time, I'm gonna get confused. Oh yeah, it is working, look. Keep making sure that I keep that line. Wouldn't be able to do this without tying up the outside hair beforehand. Oh, that bit needs to go over there. I reckon one more. Oh dear, come on, don't lose it now, Zoe. One more. Oh my gosh, it's actually worked. Just take that one over one more. Right, I'm going to stop there because I like to have like a little mini ponytail. So I'm just going to pop a bobble in. Now you want to make sure that there's no hair underneath that's getting caught up, because otherwise these bobbles take ages to get out. I just snap them half the time. Oh, do you know, I'm quite pleased with that. It's not tight, it's not very neat, but you can tell it's a plait, and it's I've got all the hair from either side, so I'm going to pull that tight. Probably going to make it a bit of a mess. Whew, let that one down. Right, here we go. So that top bit is not straight, but there we are. We have, you can see, oh no, it's gone. There was a slight kink. Just comb that out. So here is roughly, not completely neat, but here is look number 2.
Está bien rica, bien rica, mami baila. Estás bien rica, mami baila. Está bien rica, mami baila. Estás bien rica,
My silver look. Silver as in it's second out of 3. So there we go, a small plait. I mean, it doesn't really look too much like a plait, but it's just a bit of a variation on just putting it half up, half down. If I was to do it half up, half down, actually no, I'll show you that in the next one. Stop getting carried away. There we go, a nice plait. You can poof up this bit here, so it gives you some more like volume and some more hair. I think this one's really cute. And again, you can use your hair, and it just keeps it out of directly falling in your face, especially if you have long hair like me. Now it is time for my top hairstyle. The third hairstyle, but this is at my top. This would be, okay, if this was straight, it would be my top hairstyle that I normally do probably 90% of the time, but I'm going to show you it curly just so I can show you some variation. And I do sometimes curl it if I do have time, or if I sleep on it wet and then wake up, my hair will be more curly, so it's easier just to chuck a couple of these in and then just chuck it half up, half down. So we're going for half up, half down, but with a curl. So again, it keeps it out of your face, and curling just makes it, just gives it more volume and makes it look nicer. It's a nicer hairstyle, I reckon. So I'm using these now. These are just warming up. They are Herstyler Babycurls. Now I tried to look for a link online, and I think they're now called Babycurlers, not Babycurls. So I will pop a link to the page where you can buy them below. This is not an ad, I just love these curlers, wanted to show them to you. These are the only curlers that I have ever owned, ever. I can't curl my hair with straighteners, that I've never been able to do that. These are literally the only curlers I've ever used. So on the website they're having a sale right now for £75. They're normally £150. I got these on eBay for £20. Can you believe it? About 10 years ago. So they've lasted and they are honestly so amazing. You can see how thick my hair is, like even though I've straightened it keep this growing again because it's just been freshly washed. But these keep curls in so well, even with my thick hair. Because I have straightened it, I'm not expecting them to stay in for a few days, but normally if my hair was slightly curly, they'd stay in for a few days. I literally wake up and you just go like that and your hair's just not curly, more like wavy curly. I literally cannot even recommend these enough. The only one thing is that they don't tell you when they're ready. So literally I have an on-off button and that's all. Yeah, so you just have to guess. But they do get extremely hot. I once dropped them and I was wearing shorts and they bounced on my leg and I had like 3 tiger stripes for about a year. So they are super hot. They do come with a glove, but I don't know where that's gone anymore. So I'm going to let them warm up just while I split my hair to half up, half down, because that is the style I'm going to do. And I obviously don't want this bit to be curly. The bit I'm putting back, I just want the ends, so I'm going to do them at the end. So I'm just going to split it half up, half down, and I would normally straighten this front bit. I already did it a tiny bit, so it's fine for now. So I'm just going to not straighten it at all, put this up into a half up, half down. Normally, sometimes I used to do it all the way from down here, half up, half down, just to really keep it out of your face. That looks like so rock chicky, but I normally do it from like about my eyebrow length, just with my fingers, make sure there's a nice like line. I'm just going to pop it in a bun while I do the rest, and then I'll take it out and curl the top of this bit. So I'm just going to pop this in one of these springy bobbles again, just to keep it out of the way. You guys will have to let me know in the comments what your favourite hairstyles are, because I need some new inspirations. See if you can show me or tell me about ones which keep it out of your face, which would be good for me dancing. Right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to curl the bottom half of this hair. 1, because it will take ages if I curl it all the way from the top, and 2, then it brings your hair up, shortens it, and makes you look a bit more like a poodle. It goes like out, whereas I still want the length. I want it to go like down. So I'm literally going to show you how easy these curlers are. They're thin curlers, so I do like smallish pieces. This is probably as thick as I would go. When I did my last Jessie gig, I wanted a bit of a thicker wave, so I just did like thicker ones and held them on for not as long, but yeah, it worked just for that gig, but they didn't really stay. Here we go. So I'm just going to start about here. You want to go out from your face, whichever side. So these ones I'm wrapping that way, so it's going out away from my face. So I'm just going to wrap from here. Also your hair gets hot straight after. Just wrap from here. I'm going to hold this first one because I don't know whether they're completely hot yet or not. You can see it's steaming because it's not completely dry. Please don't snap off like that video. There we go. You see how long that was? I wasn't even counting, but look at that curl. Look at that ringlet. Literally amazing. So I'm trying not to touch them, and then I'm going to spray them halfway. So I'll do this side first, then spray it, then the other side, then spray it with the hairspray, just so that I know they're going to stay. And then, well, I slipped, but it's still slipped because my hair's so clean and shiny. It's still a nice curl. And when they get really hot, you can literally wrap the hair around like that and then just pull it off straight away. And in fact, it's nearly at that heat now. It's so quick. This one is a bit thinner. Let me see if I can show you. Wrap it all the way round, and then literally when you get to the bottom, let go, and it's in a ringlet already. Obviously the bottom just went round it, but how quick and easy is that? I literally love them so much. So I'm just going to crack on and do this and not talk all the way through because we'll be here forever. So I'm just going to quickly crack on and curl this bottom half, and then I will catch up with you in like 2 seconds. I'm just going to stop there for a second and spray it. So as you can see, that took hardly any time. Nice and quick. This is my favourite ever hairspray. Voila. It's by Silvercrane. I get the Hold number 4. It's really good. It's very like sticky, but it smells like not like granny hairspray. I hate hairspray that smells like granny's. So I properly, oh, that went in my mouth. Properly spray them so they go kind of hard, because then if you brush them out a bit, or if you want them to stay for a few days, they literally stain so well. So there we go. I fully spray them. Ta-da! One side done. Now I have been doing it quite quickly, so they're not as ringlety as this first one because I haven't been holding them. But it's still super curly, and I'd probably straighten that bit, but yeah, I'm just going to leave it for now because it's fine. So I'm just going to do the other side, which I'll just show you this first one. I'm going to wrap the other way this time. So I'm just wrapping this way this time, away from my body. Oh, that was a bit high. Away from my face. There we go. That's almost the bottom bit done. I just found this straight bit under here. Watch how quickly it is sprayed, so it might not go as well, but literally, look at that. Look at that little ringlet curl. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. So if you had time, you could do each tiny bit that curly. But I mean, that would take ages for my hair. So there we go. It's all done, this bottom bit. So I'm just going to spray that. I'm going to leave them on to do the top bit now. Also, why I've just done them halfway down is because when I let this top bit, I'm going to put it in a bubble and curl it, the curls fall here because it's up and they're shorter. So it kind of gives the illusion that it's all curly anyway, without having to spend time curling it all. There we go. Now, I don't know whether you could tell with the time lapse, but if I, wait my mouth again. If I picked up a thicker section, I would just hold it on for longer, just so that it got the same amount of curl as the smaller sections. There we go. So that's the bottom half done. Oh, it's so cute. Now I'm going to get a proper bubble. So I use like a thin, just black bubble, again from Primark. They come in packs with some thicker ones, but I use a thin one just to put up the top half. So I'm just going to do it properly. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do a half up, half down, but for gigs I like mine just like scraped back, so I don't back comb the underneath normally. Oh, this has got a bit of hairspray in. And just scrape it all back. This is literally a Primark comb. Honestly, I'm so bad with like hair products. So I'm just going to scrape it all back like that and pull it tight so that this bit is nice and flat, and then it poofs up at the back rather than having a poofy bit here and it just falling behind. I think it like frames my face better and looks better. And then with this bit here, we're just going to put some curls in as well, just to complete the look. Will it go round once more? Yes, there we go. So I'm going to pull it from the bottom and hope that, well, it's poofed up a bit because it's fluffy, because I just washed it, but that will have to do for today. If I was on a gig, I probably would have done that again because there's a bump. But we're going to just make it even. There we go, and leave it like that. So I've got this top bit left to do, so I'm just going to move the rest out the way, grab the curlers again, and then just work around this one the same way. So I'll probably do just until, just up to there. You see I've done more of this one because it's going around to the end. Now they're extremely hot right now, so honestly be super careful if you're using them. Wow! That is a ringlet and a half. So I'm just going to work my way around this top pony. There we go! Ta-da! So I'm just going to spray this top bit. There we go. Right. this is almost the final look. As you can see, like I was saying, when you curl these top bits, when you let them down, it looks like the whole of your hair is curly anyway, without actually having to curl your whole hair. So that's what I normally do if I was doing this hairstyle. Also, I've got these lovely little horns here that always stick out, so I would spray them down, but I'm not wearing this hairstyle today, so I'm not going to do that. This is, if you want a super curly look, this would be it. And then I'm just going to brush them out with a Tangle Teaser. So I'm just going to brush them out a tiny bit, not too much, just so that you can see more, they go a bit more wavy rather than curly, which might be what some of you prefer. There we go, and I'll do it with the top as well. Just really gently, really lightly, just to brush them out a bit. I would normally do it just a tiny bit because obviously in a show you want them to stay curly, but there we go. This is probably how I would have it for my final look. My top hairstyle for gigs, half up, half down, sometimes curly, sometimes straight. Ta-da! So there we go. Those are my top 3 hairstyles for gigging, just keeping it out of your face a bit. This one I love, especially when you're doing this. And thank you guys so much for watching. Just thought another talky video because I've got a few concept videos coming up, which is exciting. I'm literally off to paint some things for them now. So yeah, there is my hairstyles. Let me know in the comments which one was your favourite, and also let me know any other hairstyles that I should be doing for gigs, and I might try one at my next gig, whenever that might be, because no more booked until like November, December. And I've also got a really important video coming up. We Are the Arts. It's going to be some of my friends, some people I don't know. I just reached out on social media telling their story of what it's been like during COVID working in the arts. So that is coming soon as well, which I am excited to show you all. I'm working on it right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I will see you very soon. Just thought I'd show you what happens when you take it out of the bubble. It just falls nice like this, and it still looks okay because the top bit is straight and then the bottom bit is all curly. Okay, bye.